In tonight's special report, it was during this 1995 State of the Union address by then President Bill Clinton announcing he would be signing the Illegal Immigration Reform and Immigrant Responsibility Act. It allowed the government to detain and deport immigrants, even legal permanent U.S. residents, for a range of relatively minor nonviolent criminal convictions, even after they may have served time. Opponents say that the U.S. is still using these laws to authorize fast-track deportations. Now, those deportations even include U.S. military veterans, among them one decorated soldier right here in Colorado Springs.
I felt like I needed to go out and serve the country.
At just 18 years old, Manuel Valenzuela felt a calling to serve his country.
Do something. I said I'm going to do my duty as a Marine.
In 1971, while some were avoiding the draft and even leaving the country to do so, Valenzuela enlisted and went to Vietnam.
What we did, we were in the border of Vietnam, in the shores, and we would do rescue missions into Nam. Of course, to rescue somebody, you had to put down the enemy. So that's what we had to do, and get those guys out of there.
He followed in his older brother's footsteps, who also fought in Vietnam. But despite their years of service, he and his brother, Valente, are now facing deportation from the very country they were fighting for.
And then in 2009, get a removal notice from this country. I felt like my world just stopped right there.
He and his brother were born in Mexico, but their mother is American, which by law would entitle them to citizenship. Valenzuela believes it was a misdemeanor he and his brother admitted guilt to decades ago that may also be hurting their cause. He says it's the demons of combat that too many vets are faced with, coping with on their own.
That was our medication, drinking and drugs. That was our help that time, because we didn't have no help from the VA.
And now, in light of the administration's deportation sweeps, Valenzuela is fearful he could be next.
We're getting really bad dudes out of this country.
According to recent reports, any immigrant with a blemish on their record is a priority for deportation. Valenzuela believes there are anywhere from 3,000 to 30,000 vets facing deportation.
I didn't tell my brother. I didn't tell nobody. I felt embarrassed. I felt shame. I felt hurt. I don't know what to say. There's words that I can't even describe how ugly I felt.
While Valenzuela continues his fight, he's also advocating for other veterans facing deportation, speaking to lawmakers wherever he can, including right here at the state capitol.
I think there are compelling reasons to recognize someone who has fought for our country. I believe the Valenzuela brothers are both decorated Vietnam veterans, deserve all of the rights and privileges of citizenship.
People are putting their lives on the line for our country and our rights. They have given us everything we have. We should do everything we can to give back to them.
Even at the national level, Congressman Doug Lamborn of the U.S. Armed Services Committee acknowledged that red tape is getting in the way.
We have a system that is so bureaucratized, it needs reform and can never succeed the way it's set up, I'm afraid.
As Valenzuela waits to hear the fate of his permanent residency, he's rarely at his residence as he travels nearly every other week to help his military brothers, from San Francisco to Arizona, Chicago, and Washington, D.C. And when he is at home, Valenzuela's message can be heard loud and clear.
It's a harsh awakening, that to get a removal notice from a country that we brought each other home from wars,
Manuel Valenzuela's permanent resident card expires at the end of this year. Now, he hopes by then he'll have closure on his case and be able to stay in the country that he fought for and has called home for nearly 60 years. You can follow Manuel and Valente Valenzuela's journey on their website. We have a link under this story at fox21news.com.